Nibbler.
All right, welcome to the show. We've got to, hang on. Much better. Domestic. Ugh. Okay, hit the link for the Patreon down in the description so we can get some real beer in here. So the other day we went to the old Chinese surplus store. I know, China. So got a whole bag of goodies for like $17. So we're gonna see what we got and we're gonna go through it. So got some couplers here. Some couplers. Show you what those are for in a minute. Some butt welding clamps. Oil water separator. Couplings. Snippy things. Alright, this is hand seamer for some sheet metal work. And not last and not least, but a nibbler. And then, since we're on the Inside Track Club, which is email list or whatever, they threw in this thing, which is a piston ring compressor. We're going to need that later when we rebuild the engine on the truck. Okay, so we need not that. We need some stuff. Trash. All right. So, first things first. I'm gonna try out the piston ring compressor. Just because it's not an unboxing, it's an unpackaging. Oh! Central Forge. Holy cow, that is a tough spring. Woo! Nice. Oh, oily. Dropping stuff. Nice. It's all oily, which is good. Keeps it from corroding because Chinesium corrodes. There's a thing. No, this thing. So that goes in there. Crank it down. Compress the piston rings. Thing, boop boop boop, and the thing with the thing. All right, that's really neat. I like it. So, Central Forge brand, 208 to 6 7/8 capacity, 4 inches deep. So I've actually seen a lot of guys use these. They sell these varying different names and labels, packages, pretty much every auto parts store. So I couldn't see spending $20, $30, $40 for this exact same thing when, you know, when the Chinese surplus store had it for like $8, and because I was Inside Track Club and bought more than $30 or whatever it was the other day, they, you know, there's always a coupon, there's always a sale. So, not bad. We'll check it out when we do the rebuild video. Stay tuned for that, and hopefully no more than a couple months, we'll be tearing apart the 53 Chevy Stove Bolt 216. I think it's a 216. 235. We'll decode the block numbers as well, but either way, this should work perfectly fine for that. And if it doesn't, it was free. Alright. Let's do the nibbler. It's a central pneumatic 16 gauge air nibbler. It nibbles. I have a trash bucket there. I'm not actually, get distracted, not actually putting things in the floor. Okay. Ooh. Cardboard. Directions. Lubrici Duramantie Ola Gara something. Don't eat that. Okay. Warning labels all over this thing. Ooh, and it's got a cap. Sweet. Ah, man, I gotta. Oh, look at there. So, go whoop like that. Now you have to watch out for galvanic corrosion when you put two types of metal together. And this is cast Chinesium, and this is I don't know what this is, but we need Teflon. Alright, oh, we need a wrench. Okay. It's measured in Canadian, 14 millimeter. So you always want to go with the threads, which is not this direction. You always want to go with just like that, so that the tag end will get laid down as you thread it in, like that. And then crank her down. Now the torque spec on this is that. Now we need air. The freaking thing. Give me the air. Woo. We'll test that tomorrow. It's people sleeping. Alright, let's check these. Oh, wait. Trash. Trash. See if there's anything important in here. Nope. 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 Alright. It's not like it's got a warranty. Alright. Butt welding clamps. And no, these are not used by plastic surgeons in Miami. So, anyway, so this wonderful apparatus is, you have a piece of sheet metal, come this way. Sound effects help. You have a piece of sheet metal, come this way, like that. Then this little bar goes in, so you get the sheet metals pinched between both sides of this fin, between the bar and the box channel here. You tighten down the wing nut. Like that, and it'll hold. Like, you know what? We'll just open this because demonstration purposes. Like that. Like that. And tighten it down. And what that does is that gives you a little gap right here that you can weld so that the weld will fully penetrate onto the backside and you have a nice stitched seam when you're welding sheet metal in a car. You're talking about 18, 20, 22 gauge sheet metal. You can't just, you know, put the juice to it and zzz, you know, lay it down like you're frying bacon. You've got to stitch it together. You got to tack it here and here and let it cool. Get a little wet rag and tack and then put the wet rag on it, cool it down. You can't have warpage, otherwise your panels won't fit together. So what this lets happen is that as you are welding, the little gap gets filled in by the filler material of your MIG welder, and that's what closes the gap, keeps things from warping, holds it all in place. You know, it's great for creating butt joints on sheet metal, and these things are super cheap. 8 of them for $6, and they're going to be a lifesaver on all the sheet metal work that we got to do on this truck and our next truck, which is going to be here soon. So the next truck we're really excited about. I'm not going to give away any details or hints or anything like that, but you're just going to have to subscribe and check it out. So that's going to go over there. Okay, so we got our Canadian wrench, our blood drawing machine, Fat Lesbians. This thing is cool. I wish I had sheet metal to cut with it, but I don't. And it's really loud. Alright, seamer. Grab the Fat Lesbians. Pull that off. 3.5 inches. Thought I got the 6-inch one. Okay, so this is a seamer. Woo, like that. Okay, oh, and oh, just like that. Oh, just like that. And then boop. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. It helps you bend metal. Alright, so now you're probably wondering what that's for, what the rest of these are for, and then this little gauge I had chilling out. Found that somewhere cleaning up the toolbox earlier. The piece of resistance, we have the Central Pneumatic 2-piece professional automotive high volume low pressure spray gun kit. So compressor requirement 30 plus gallons for continuous spray. We have like 40 gallons, 175 psi, so we got more than enough democratic speeches, compressed air to power this baby. Now, I have watched a lot of videos on the lube tube and on even car shows on Amazon Prime and Hot Rod Television and stuff, and a lot of guys actually are using these, and it's really surprising. It was a $49.99 kit. Comes with 2 guns, 2 cups, 3 tips, cleaning equipment, a wrench, all in a plastic case. $49, and there are an untold number of great reviews on this thing. I love it. Before I bought it, so let's open it up, and I'm going to show you a little thing I've got here rigged up for a quick connect from one gun to another. So I only had to buy 1 regulator and 1 driver. So first things first. That didn't go very far. Boop, boop, and oh yeah, brush is out of place. Get back in there. Back in your hole. Oh, beer. All right, we've got a instruction manual. This I will be saving because there are fine little details in spray guns that you have to take care of. So, all right, big gun. All right, my big fat here. Ooh. Little gun. Alright. Really loose trigger side to side. That's just all kinds of chintzy. We've got a little clip here that holds that in place. Lots of play. Oh my gosh, that just is terrible down in there. Look at that. So you can see down in there the aluminum casting. I'm just gonna have to get a burr and grind that out on the Dremel. That's terrible. That comes off nice and easy. It's got the 1.4 in it. And it tight too. Alright, so man, look at the junk. Alright, so first things first, this thing's gonna have to be really cleaned up. So that's good. Oh gosh, come on. That's gonna have to be a priority, is getting it cleaned up. Probably take it all apart, clean it. Alright, but what I wanted to show, see, that's metal, and a lot of the other ones that I looked at were plastic. Even the ones that are more expensive. There was like a Campbell Housefield one, and it was $89 for 2 guns. Not the extra tip. This got the 1.4 and a 1.8 tip, so you can do your primer, your thick sandable primers, your build-up primers with the 1.8. It's got the 1.4 for your base coat, clear coat, and then for the detail work, it's got this little guy with a, I could just look at the box, but I threw it over there, so now I gotta unscrew this, with a 1.0. So you know, you could lay down some really nice finish work. So it's the extra tips were hard to find. There was 3 gun kits, which each gun was the exact same size as the main gun, with 3 cups, all exactly the same size, 20 ounce, and each gun had a different tip. So that didn't make sense, no point in that. I'm not gonna change paints without cleaning everything and taking it all apart, so why not change tips when I do that? You know, same with the cup. So it's, for $49, it made the most sense because it was simple, it was basic, and I guess they've been reverse engineering these or whatever it is to the point where they found a way to make them cheaply that still really perform. So, you know, the needle's real nice and smooth, all the holes are nice and milled out. The only thing that I have an issue with is the bottom of where they drilled this aluminum out for where the paint will feed in. So other than that, I mean, I don't know, just doesn't seem like a problem at all. Same with the bigger needle, tip here. So all in all, I'm pretty impressed with it, and I've already seen results from other people using these, so I can't wait to use it. All right, so now let's get set up. What we're gonna do is each one of these. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is open the dryer and the separator. Come on. And we're gonna mate these two together here, like this, okay? And then, come on. On the other side of it, we're gonna put the quick release. And then on this side of it, we're gonna have one of these. Aha! Hopefully I got what I need in here, because looks like my math was wrong at the store. Okay, first things first, little Teflon. Okay, a little more Teflon. Okay, so flow is that way. So we want to put these together. This thing can fly like this. So we want the chuck. Get the fat lesbians out of the way. Okay, so we want the quick connect here, regulator, dryer, then that. So it looks like I am missing a coupler. Yeah. I think they spend more on packaging than they do. Yep. I need another one of these 1/4 inch thread. So let me throw all this away. So we'll go ahead and put most of it together. You can see what's going on here. Excuse me. Whew, the domestic stuff is fighting back. Like I said, hit that Patreon link down there and get us a case of the good stuff, will you? There we go. So that's going to go in there. Like that. Get your favorite Canadian spanner, 14mm. Alright, then that's going to go into there, because that's way flow. Go ahead and put this on. There's your little pss, pss, needle. Oh man, now we need 2 wrenches. Unless, oh, see, I could have done that one. Yeah, that was more durable. Okay, try this again. Teflon. Into the flow. Okay, and I'm gonna need probably a 15 or 16. Okay. Ah! Close enough. Probably tight enough. So now I can take the airline into here, and I didn't do my math wrong at the, oh my gosh. It's one of those days. Okay, so this one is Merlin. This one is, doesn't have a name on it, but this one's way better quality, so I'm going to chuck the Merlin in there. This is going to thread on like that. Ah, another wrench. Going to run out of wrench sizes. And that's why you get the old crescent. Why not? All right. So now the air from the compressor goes into here, goes through the dryer, then goes through the regulator, and then into the gun. So I have two female things here. They are used but not cracked, so clean it out. Woohoo! A little Teflon. And no, this episode is not sponsored by the makers of Teflon tape. It's just always a good idea to Teflon your hose connections because it helps stop air leaks just like it stops water leaks. So that's one. So that's one done. I always make sure to Teflon my air connections just like I do water connections because they help stop air leaks just like water leaks. It just gets in the threads and keeps things from bypassing, so it's great. Great to do that, and no, it's not sponsored by Teflon manufacturing companies. It's just a good idea. Okay, so a problem that I have noticed. That's all done. That I don't need. That I need in a second. More Teflon. Wrenches. Slide this over. Problem. No longer fits in the case. Does not fit. And that one's definitely not going to fit. So, the case, after you've assembled your gun, seriously, nobody's going to put one of these on and unscrew it and put it back in the case. It's just dumb. Nobody's going to do that. So, really bad job on the case design, you numbnuts. So, I have a perfectly good case I can't use because nobody thought for a second that, oh, maybe somebody actually wants to hook this up and use it. No, let's just, I'm not taking this off. I'm going to cut a hole in the case and say, screw you, Central Pneumatic, for making me cut a hole in a perfectly good case because you suck at designing things. No wonder you're all communist. What kind of toothbrush is that? Anyway, might as well go all the way. Screw them both up. Okay, that screwed on. Alright, the torque spec on these on a paint gun is tighten it up, get like that, and then there we go. So obviously definitely not fitting. This one is plastic, but that is actually nice and clean. They did a good job cleaning that one out, so let's throw that in there. Oh my gosh. There we go. Really finicky threads. Obviously don't want to tighten it down, but hey, we got a leaking. Alright, tighten up a little more. Okay then. So, put that on. Turn this down. Okay. So, got our dryer here. This is set to 20 psi. So that works. It's a little lanky. Hey, I think it's gonna work. Yeah. So far no water or oil coming through. But hey, I think it's gonna work. Nibbler. On that note, I'm going to bed.